And why it is problematic is because it's not based in real life. I'm not starting with the example, so I quickly end up in delusional land. It's July 8th, 2019. My name is Josh Moxey, and I'm an aspiring entrepreneur documenting my journey. And in today's episode, I want to talk about using real life examples versus getting so wrapped up in our own little delusions and stories. I have had this happen many times in the past. I thought I learned my lesson. Clearly I haven't. I'm in the process right now of moving every aspect of my life right now to something called ClickUp, which is a project management software. And inside of that, I have to create these hierarchies, which are like, you could think of them like folders, and then folders within folders, and then more folders within other folders, and then lists of, like, you could think of like to-do lists, kind of like Trello boards, if you will. And I'm not going to complicate. I honestly just completely botched the example there, but I don't want to confuse you because the hierarchy is complicated as fuck to people who are new to it, including myself when I first got used to this. But where was I going with this? Yeah, so like as I was taking time to craft these hierarchies and the systems involved and try to organize everything, I was using imaginary data in my head. I was using examples that were not existent. I was sitting there in a Google document trying to outline everything, and this has happened before when I was coding as well. I would use fake mock data and I wouldn't use real life examples. And as soon as I start to go in that direction, it's usually pretty problematic. And why it is problematic is because it's not based in real life. I'm not starting with the example, so I quickly end up in delusional land. And I realized as I was importing my tasks today, as I was moving all the tasks from my mind dump into all of these recently developed systems and the way I organized everything, I realized, oh fuck, there are so many areas that I've messed up on, and I used the wrong labels and I used the wrong situations and hierarchies, and I'm like, fuck. I was actually really discouraged, and I was like so brain dead, and it just hurts my brain so much organizing in the first place, let alone if I get something wrong in organizing, because it's so hard for me. It does not work with my wiring whatsoever. Anyways, with that, the important thing going forward is if you are crafting some sort of systems, I don't know how this will apply to everyone, but if you are crafting some sort of system, if you're crafting some sort of solution, so actually it will apply to everyone, make sure you are starting with real world problems, real world situations, real world examples, and making sure you're dealing inside actual life. Don't use fake fucking narratives. Don't use fake mock data. Make sure you're starting with things you're actually going to use. So in my case, I should have started with my to-do list, and from there categorize my to-do list into things and try to craft from that to-do list the proper hierarchies and how I can organize that specific to-do list into 4 levels deep or 3 levels deep of folders, if you will, or lists. It's hard to explain, but that's the way it's set up. Anyways, just start with real world data. That's my fucking point here. But it'll save you a lot of time. You'll be working with things that are actually existing, and you'll get closer and closer to that end result that you're looking for. And if you operate with fake data, you'll end up looking back and be like, fuck, there's all these changes that I need to make. So anyways, I want to save you some time. Start with real examples and work with that and move forward with that. And don't do the things that I've done so many times in the past. And I think this should be the final time that I do this, because I just have no desire to do this anymore. It's just a waste of fucking time. Start with real examples. Boom. Anyways, appreciate you watching and listening. If you like this enough, please share it with a friend who could use this message. If you liked it enough, you can subscribe on podcasts at Josh Moxey Journey, at Facebook with at Josh Moxey, and on YouTube, Josh Moxey. And you can find the video in the Facebook and YouTube, and in the audio on podcast. If you also enjoyed this enough, please like it and comment what you got below. and got meaning what your biggest takeaway was. And yeah, also if you're on iTunes, 5-star would be incredible. And yeah, anyways, appreciate you watching, listening. As always, my name is Josh Moxey, and I will catch you later.